That's never happened before. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the heck that is. Hmm. All right, so let's see if we can get this short limit filled. I'm not looking for anything too crazy, just a rejection. I missed the long, so go on. Just see if I can. Yeah. Hmm. Hey, yo, what's up, Tony? What's up? Okay. But how you doing this morning, Tony? Were you able to get a trade last night or this morning? Okay. Well, it looks like we could potentially be filled short here. So we'll see what happens. I guess it doesn't. Feels like it doesn't mean anything, you know. Even though I don't want to show the alerts that it shows them anyway. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So based on what we're seeing now, it does look like the market. It does seems like we're getting some calls as soon as the market is opening today. It's like we're getting calls already. All right. So yeah, so we're getting calls this morning. It looks like we're seeing some buying around 714, and they're buying the 713, 717 strike. Looks like they put a good bit of money down on it. So we'll see what happens here. We did have a big drop. Well, it's not necessarily a big drop. We had a big pop last night. We managed to catch the top. We managed to catch the top of the move, and I kind of had a feeling that that was going to be the case. I had a feeling that we was going to catch the top of the move, and we did. We caught it. I don't know why that just defaults and turns on even though I keep turning it off. Okay. We was able to get our money back last night, and I had a feeling that I was going to leave a lot of money on the table, and I did. I left a lot of money on the table, about 10 points on the table. But the good thing is I was able to get all that money from that loss back. So yeah, that's definitely a double top rejection here. So we'll see if we'll see how the market reacts to that. That is a double top rejection. Okay. Damn, bro. That's insane. Okay. So I'm in on on my MES, but I'm not in on ES, which kind of sucks. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. It really goes to show that MES and ES, man, that's insane, man. Damn, that is insane. That is insane. That is insane right there. That is insane. That's insane. That is insane right there, man. That's damn. 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 Okay. Hey, what's up, Alfred? What's up? Damn. This thing didn't even come all the way down. I mean, this. This is what happened to me last week as well. The ES, the MES went a little bit further than the ES. If I'd taken the trade on the MES, I would have gotten the target filled. But because I took it on the ES, it missed it entirely. It missed it entirely. Okay. So, I mean, if you look at the volume right now, actually, let me just do this. Let me see if there's any well, I guess that'll do it, right? I guess that'll do it. When you have more volume in the MES, of course, it's going to go a little bit further. Of course, right? Yes. Okay. Wow, that's a big difference in the NQ and the MEQ. It seems like nobody trusts the NQ at all. We only have 163,000 contracts being traded versus 647,000 contracts being traded right now on the MEQ. That is insane. Okay. right, so let's see if I can get this order filled. Hopefully we can get this order filled right here. If not, we gotta rock with this. Okay. Mm. You know what, man? That just sucks, man. That sucks. I'm not gonna move it or anything. I'm gonna allow the price to hit my TP here, but that just sucks. That sucks. That sucks right there. That sucks. That sucks. Hmm. That sucks. Okay. That sucks. All right. Well, that sucks. Damn, that sucks. Mm. Mm. That sucks. Mm. That sucks. All right. Okay. Well, it was a good setup. I just wish that my full position was filled there. But it was a really good setup though. I kind of figured that the Bulls weren't going to give this up. Uh, so obviously there's a range like right here. This is the origin of the move, two-legged pullback. It takes out this range right here, takes out that high. We have a failed breakout. Breakouts usually fail, especially on the ES, gold, silver, anything that's really not the Nasdaq. Breakouts fail. Breakouts fail also on the Nasdaq as well. It's just that because the Nasdaq can move so much, you can trade breakouts on the Nasdaq, but if you're looking for a continuation on the Nasdaq, those usually fail. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we get here. I'm kind of looking for the same thing here. Kind of looking for the same thing. Looking for the market to continue to trade in this range until we see a breakout. And then once we get that breakout, then I'm willing to switch gears and trade the pullback into a continuation. But until then, I'm just going to keep trading the range here on the ES. You know, I considered leaving one to run for fun, but I figured that, you know, I'll just take the profits. It could potentially just pull back. I was hoping for the market to pull back to my original entry there, and we just didn't get it. So I'll take the money. I mean, we were down $750 last night in this account, and now we're up $422. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. Yeah. So Smith said that shorts are so dangerous, he'd rather go long, and I would agree. Shorting as supply is definitely a gamble. I mean, hmm, I guess the question would be, if the market comes back down, do I trust that we'll see another push? That's the question I have to ask myself. Will we see another push? It's obvious that the market wants to go higher here.
Connection lost.
Okay. I mean, it's still, as long as it stays above this, above that, then. All right, so I think I'm not gonna pull the order. What I think I'll do here is probably move it down to retest the session lows here, because this was a move that I was really looking for. The market has already done it. And if you don't see these orders getting filled before the end of the stream, I'll pull the orders and just come back tomorrow. Or if I see like a setup, we'll take it. Yeah, that's kind of hard to do that. Not only is it hard to do that, it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust as well. That does look like a two-legged pullback though, but I mean, I would prefer not to take a trade like that, but it's like That's not really. Mm. Ugh. Yeah. Man, what a choppy market, man. What a choppy market. I'm looking at the Nasdaq as well, and seems like we're not getting any. The price action isn't any different on the Nasdaq. Oh, sorry. Mm. Mm. If you're in the Nasdaq long right now, if you're in long, you kind of have to ask yourself, if you were a bull, would you buy this? Or would you sell that? This looks like a potential double top rejection to me. We have we have lower lows. We have lower highs. We have potentially what could be a failed breakout here. You gotta love your kids. You just gotta love your kids. That's right. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find this pin. All right. Yeah, so it looks like you got a potential lower low, or not potential, but you have a lower low. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like this thing is so delayed. The thing disappears when the hell it wants to, huh? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, looks like I can just use the. I kind of prefer to use this. Hmm. So there's some sort of. Okay. So I guess I just have to use the mouse then. This is not really a big deal. Okay. And then, mm, mm. Yeah, I doubt it though. I doubt it. We're starting to see some puts getting swept. You know what? Hmm. Damn, forgot. Yeah, dude. It seems like none of these software components work when things are volatile for whatever reason. How bad is the delay? Man, these candles are torturous, man. Like this price action is torture. It's torture. It's obvious that both the actually, you know what? That actually kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. For whatever reason, that's delayed, but not my mouse. My mouse isn't delayed though. So if I do this with my mouse, that means I have to probably figure out a hotkey because I'm comfortable with writing with my left hand, but all these keyboards are. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to probably just do something like that. Just gonna have to do that then. Just gonna have to do everything. Okay. Yeah, it seems like that's just gonna be the play today. At least on the ES here. I mean, we got this range. We have the market basically consolidating back and forth in this range. So, I mean, here we have the failed breakout. Price comes right back into the range. And from here, we have the market just basically just rotating back and forth in this range, which basically builds up liquidity. So I'm expecting a big move either to the downside, which is it's highly likely to see a move to the downside just because. Oh shit, never mind. Let me shut the fuck up. And let me shut the fuck up. Wow. That has to be news. Let's see what happened then. That's a news candle. Let's see what happened at financial juice. That's a news candle. The market doesn't just do that. All right. And that's what we continue to see. That's what we continue to see happen is we're just seeing the market as the market tries to go lower, as it tries to go lower and it tries and tries. We get some crazy news, something about something with the Strait of Hormuz, and then all those shorts, their stops are literally above these highs right here. So I mean, you got all their liquidity building up, and then all out of nowhere, we have the market using their stops as fuel to get to whatever level they're trying to get to. So yeah, that's crazy because this is a 2000 tick chart on the ES, and it left this big giant gap. I am tempted to actually long this area, but I'm not going to do that. Actually, this is what I will do. This is what I will do. I'm just gonna get in the practice account. So moving forward, if there's no setup, I'm just not gonna take the trade. But I don't mind taking trades like this in the practice account. I mean, there's no risk, and it'll give us something to do. It'll give us something to do. So we're not really risking any real capital, but we can have something to do. And that's I'm just going to utilize the practice account moving forward. Because I mean, this trade could work, but it's not a setup, and I'm not taking anything other than a setup. Man. Yeah. So our boy Smith saying that today sucks. There's no follow through. Yeah, I mean the market is I don't know. I mean, we would have been done in our other account, in the colossal account, the colossal Titan account. If the market filled my damn order, I feel like still kind of upset about that. Let me make sure that if it was let me make sure. Let me make sure it wasn't a top step thing. No, it was an ES thing. Actually, let me look at. Well, no, I don't feel like. Oh. Ooh. 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 Yeah. Mm. 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 Man, well. Okay. Ain't no real skill in that. Oh, man. Oh yeah. Let's see if that push was like a news push or something like that. Mm. Mm. All right. What does this even mean? I don't even know what that means. So did that means that Microsoft? Well, I don't really care. Ugh. Man, man, this market is killing us softly right now. This thing is killing us softly with this price action on a Monday too. It feels like the market is literally draining energy right now. Um, feel like I can go and take a nap right now. It's obvious that the market wants to get somewhere before we see an expansion away from this area. My theory. It would just be nice if this thing would just work. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So it looks like you just have to do everything by hand then. Have to do everything by hand. Okay. Because the mouse, for whatever reason, is super responsive on the mouse. But for whatever reason, it's not responsive on. Market's so slow. I'm sitting here playing with my damn. I have to reconfigure everything. Okay, because I mean, I doubt that I'll use that pencil. Okay, so that's good. We got our range right here. We have our. We have our high right there. We have our low right there. And either the market's gonna go here. Okay. All right. Yeah, for whatever reason, my pencil is, I don't know why it stopped working. I even had a backup pencil and that stopped working. So now I got to use my mouse. I have to reconfigure everything so I can use my left and right hand. Yeah, it just seems like right now, I guess, the market's not really doing anything right now, which kind of sucks that the market is just literally consolidating in this tight range right here because and then it has these little flashes of momentum and then it dies right back down again. Like I said, I'm gonna pull those orders anyway. I'm gonna pull those orders. I'll probably come back later on today and see if there's anything. So yeah, so this is just a trade that I'm taking in the sim. This is no setup. See if we can try to just get a momentum play here. That's all this trade is. Yeah, it looks like the market is just snatching up as many stops as it can. All right, so the Colossal ES Titan, the Colossal ES Titan account. What I'm just gonna do here is I'm gonna pull this order. I'm gonna pull this order right here. Well, we'll leave this order. We'll leave that order. Make sure that I also pull this order on the MES. Hmm. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be Powell that's going to be running this meeting or if we're going to be introduced to the new Fed chair. I already think he already introduced himself to the market, but this could possibly be the first time he's going to be behind the podium. Yeah, I'm not 100. I'm not 100% sure either. Okay, so his term as Fed chair ends on May 15th of this year. So we're going to assume that this will be Powell's last FOMC meeting. I thought his last one was his last one, but apparently this must be his last one. You know, a lot of people are saying that, or Powell does have the option of remaining on the board. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Seeing somebody else sit in your throne, seeing somebody else sit at your throne. That's never a good feeling. So nobody believes that Powell is going to come into on Wednesday and cut rates. We don't even have a sliver of hope. There is no sliver of hope that we'll get a rate cut. Uh, they will remain, or at least the market is speculating that we will remain at our current rate. Okay, so it does look like we did see that break from the range here, but even though we've seen the break from the range, I mean, we see a break from this range, but we still have this overall range that the market is still trading in. So basically, this is just range inception here until the market decides what it wants to do here. Basically. Okay. Basically, clear undo. And so basically, we just had the bears just sell this thing and sell this thing. We have liquidity building right there. We got liquidity underneath these lows. Um, we just basically just have the market just rotating back and forth. And I guess what I'm looking for is for the market to just break that and then potentially double bottom at these lows. And then we can possibly see a move back up. Because, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. It's pretty obvious that the market, uh, we made all-time highs last night. We took the liquidity above this range. We can see that the market is still basically trading from last week's range. And so yeah, we basically see the market trading from last week's range. We see our failed breakout attempt. We seen our failed breakdown attempt. And what I'm looking for the market to potentially double bottom somewhere around these lows. Somewhere around these lows is where I'm looking for the market to potentially see a reaction. So, like I said, I'll hold this. I'll leave these limit orders on the chart until we get closer towards the end of the stream. And I'll just pull all orders and we'll just come back later on tonight. And I guess I'll just take the $422 as a win. I'll just take it as a win. Even though I should have had more money today, even though ES did that bullshit. You think so, Tony? You think it's going to be an interesting week? Yeah, I mean, we do have FOMC. And then right after FOMC, we have PCE. And all this week, we have earnings. This is peak week this week. So that's the heavy hitters, the companies with the biggest market cap will be reporting their earnings after the bell. Wednesday, Thursday, after the bell. Interesting. Okay, I was like, dude, where the hell is it at? It's like, I know I had this thing last night. Yeah. So, obviously, on Wednesday, we have all these heavy hitters reporting their earnings. Ford will probably be more on YM, but obviously on the Nasdaq, we got Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, and Qualcomm all reporting after the bell. So that's going to be interesting. On Thursday, we have Apple reporting after the bell, and we already know that Apple, well, in the past, Apple is known to save the market, but who knows what's going to happen this time? Apple, just like Tesla, is not the market darling anymore. Even Nvidia is. It appears that Nvidia is even losing that market darling spark. AI, or at least the way people discuss AI, I guess people really don't see AI was supposed to replace, your high level employees that are taking up a lot of resources in exchange for their expertise. And these AI assistants were supposed to replace them, these agentic tools. I mean, they can perform tasks. I mean, shit. I mean, I can build a website that would potentially, I can build it with AI and sell it for $5,000, $10,000. I mean, these agentic tools are really great at what they do. But they're only as good as, well, I mean, technically it's like an inception actually. I mean all these agentic tools are, from its foundation, is just an input output box. It's only as good as what you input into it. And I think the idea was supposed to be able to remove the human element altogether. But that's not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible. You need a human in the loop. Uh, these tools enhance human capability, but employers don't want that. They want to save as much money as possible, and if they can get rid of a bunch of people with a 7-figure salary, they'll definitely try. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you, Alfred. I definitely agree. I mean, it would have been nice if this thing would have just, went high enough to fill my short limit and allow me to participate in this thing. I think it stopped short at 200, and I had my limit sitting at 201.75. keep your eyes and now realize that you are constantly This is the last thing you need. Okay. Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really I'm gonna have to really I'm gonna have to really look into this. Yeah, I think so too, Santiago. I think so too. We usually play this game at once we cross over all-time highs. This is the game that the market continuously plays. Your 50 is at 27,255. Okay. You said 190 is your 50 for the ES. So about right there. I agree with you, Santiago. I agree. If we can get a pullback to 90, I'll potentially take a short there, potentially. Let's see. Excuse me. My only concern is if we get a pullback to 90, will I get my target hit? But I do think that we could potentially see a reaction there for sure. Yeah, when the market is chopping, I'll just use this one, this chart. That has more volume. Well, looks like I'll get that opportunity. Okay. Well, damn. Damn it. 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 I just realized. Okay. Damn. All right, guys. That's gonna be it. I just realized that damn. I just realized that the ES finally came back and hit my my limit order that would have been sitting right here at 78.75. At 78. It would have missed my target, but so far, but all right, I'm gonna pull these orders. About to get some work done, so I'm not gonna be able to manage these positions if they get filled. The ES finally came back and hit my limit. So for those that are just joining, the ES missed my limit order here on the ES, but it hit it on the MES, and I had to accept a quarter of my position being filled, and I didn't get as much money that I would have gotten if I would have gotten my entire thing filled. So that sucks that this thing finally came back and it looks like it wants to push higher. I do agree with your 190 area for a short, Santiago. I definitely agree with that. I just won't be able to manage the position, so I'm not going to take it. It's going to probably work out, but like I said, I won't be able to manage it. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Unfortunately, today's session was sloppy. If you didn't get anything earlier on, then the market just played with your emotions this entire session. So, but I do appreciate everybody that joined me today. We'll definitely come back later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on jabbing.